Alright, so in the last video we did naming with multiple alkyl groups coming off, and in this video we're going to be doing the same thing because in organic chemistry getting as much practice as you can in the same thing is really going to help you improve your grade, and you're going to find that doing as many practice problems as possible is how you're going to understand a lot of this stuff. So we're going to start off with being given the name, and we're going to have to draw it. So we have 6-ethyl 2,2,3 trimethylnonane. So like the last video, we start off by drawing the backbone or just the longest carbon chain. So nonane is 9, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And then we have a 6-ethyl, and then we have 2,2,3 trimethyl. So we can put the methyls on first. So we have 1, 2. So off of the 2 we have 2 methyls coming off, and then off of the third we have another methyl, and then 6-ethyl, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Ethyl is 2 carbons, so that is one way to draw 6-ethyl 2,2,3 trimethylnonane. And notice again how this is written alphabetically, so ethyl coming before methyl, and the tri does not come into play for when you're naming these. So moving on to the next example, I'm going to need a little more room for this. So we have 3,4-dibutyl 3-methyl 1-pentyl cyclooctane. So we can start off with the cyclooctane. We know that cyclo means it's going to be a ring, and then octane means it's going to be 8 carbons in the ring. So basically just drawing an octagon. So there's 2 carbons, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and then the extra bond to form the ring. So there is the cyclooctane, and then we can pretty much pick any carbon to be our first carbon and then just start adding all of these. So we can make this one the first carbon. So we have a 1-pentyl. Pent is 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then we have 3-methyl. So we can go 1, 2, 3 and make this the third carbon. If you went this way, it would still be right, being 1, 2, 3, making this the third carbon. And then we have 3,4-dibutyl. So bute is 4 carbons. So we're going to add to this third carbon a bute, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then off of the fourth carbon, 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's one way to draw 3,4-dibutyl 3-methyl 1-pentyl cyclooctane. So it looks kind of intimidating when you see that, but once you break it down, it's really not too bad to draw, and getting all of this practice in definitely does help. So now we have this compound right here. First thing we can do is identify that it's a ring, and we see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 carbons in the ring, and there's no alkyl groups that have more carbons than the ring, so the ring is going to be the backbone. And I'll just go ahead and name that real quick. So it's going to be cyclo and then hexane. So hex being 6 carbons, ane all single bonds, and then cyclo because it's a ring. And then we have this group up here, which is a ethyl. And then we have methyl, 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 and methyl. So all 4 of these are methyls, and you're going to start numbering on the ring with this carbon right here. So it's going to go 1, 2, 3, and then 4. The reason you don't start here, you're not going to go 1 and then 2 and then have 3, 4, and 5. You want to keep the lowest numbers possible. So we have 1, it's going to be 1, 1, 2, 2, and then it's going to be tetramethyl. So I'll go ahead and write that 1, 1, 2, 2, and then tetra because there are 4, so tetramethyl. And then the ethyl, this being 1, 2, 3, and 4, the ethyl is going to be 4. So I'll go number these. So when we go to write this out, again, memorizing that we do it alphabetically. So ethyl comes before methyl. So this is going to be written as 4 ethyl. Hopefully I gave myself enough room. 4 ethyl, and then a dash 1 1 2 2 tetra methyl cyclooctane. I ran out of room, but so tetramethyl cyclooctane. So that's how you would name that. Just memorize that you have to keep the numbers as low as possible. So that's why I didn't start here going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or up here going 1, 2, and then having this be 3 and 4. So just keep that in mind. You want to keep them as low as possible. And we have one more example of something that I didn't explain in the last video. So starting off, we're going to number the longest chain. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And you're probably wondering, what side do I start the numbering? So do I start with 1 here or 1 here? Because this would be 1, 2, 3, or this would be 1, 2, 3. So because they could both be the third carbon, first of all, we have to know that this is ethyl because it's 2 carbons, and this is methyl. So when you have to figure out what side to start the numbering, in this case you would do it from this side because E is alphabetically first before M. So when we get into naming like alkyl halides and have like chloros and bromos, if in this case this was like a B and this was a C, you would start over here because it's alphabetically first. Hopefully I explained that well. But so 1, 2, 3, we have 3 ethyl, and then we are going to have 5 methyl. First of all, I'm going to name the 7 carbon chain, so it's going to be heptane. And then we have the 3 ethyl, which is going to be named first. And then we have 5 methyl. So hopefully this video helped you guys out with the additional practice. If you want to leave it a like or thumbs up, that will help us out. And I will see you guys in the next video.